Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another midweek podcast. This week's movie is Irresistible, and my co-host Austin is going to give us a little brief description.
A Democratic political consultant helps a retired Marine colonel run for mayor in a small Wisconsin town.
Oh, okay. And it stars Steve Carell.
Boom.
What is the main actress's name?
I don't know because I didn't look it up.
I had it. I will do it right now.
I looked it up because I was like, who is she? Because she looked familiar.
Rose Byrne, I think is how you would say her name. And Chris Cooper's in it. And Brent Sexton. Those are like the four main casted, the top billed.
The top billed casts. Obviously, Steve Carell. Hello. Who doesn't love some Steve Carell?
Well, what a turnaround for him, going from Michael Scott to Steve Carell in general. All the characters he plays now, like in the morning show, Irresistible. He's like the silver fox now.
He's a good looking dude.
Like he's just turned into like this, like not like he doesn't look like he just puts oil in his hair all day long.
He's a good looking dude.
I mean, I thought about that. I was like, man, he's really had quite the turn. And he was amazing as Michael Scott, but he just always looked so weird.
I agree. He always had some weird hairstyles as Michael Scott.
Yes.
He just never looked like, good, really, until like later seasons.
Yeah, then they stopped greasing his hair back, and then maybe he got hair plugs. I don't know. His hair was very thin season one.
Whoa.
But
shots early.
Not shots, just maybe hair plugs. Were hair plugs in his life? I don't know.
So I did write in my little movie review, and I want your thoughts on it. Can actors only play one character, or can I only see one character?
So a good actor can play any character, and you don't see the actor, you see different characters. A actor, I'm not gonna say a bad actor because it's not that they're bad, because Ryan Reynolds is not bad, but an actor, if you only see the one character, they're not that great.
In this movie, I saw a lot of Michael Scott.
Really?
I did. Just the little jokes, the little way he would like move and do weird things. I saw a lot of Michael Scott.
Maybe it's like for like him, like where that's how he's known. When you've seen The Office 2 or 3 times all the way through, like you're so drilled into your brain that he's Michael Scott and not Steve Carell that that's all you see him as. And now you just think Michael Scott's a good actor.
Maybe I'm an immature movie watcher and I just can't break that third wall.
That could be it. I don't think you're immature in movie watching. Other things, maybe your wife may disagree with that, but in movie watching, you're mature.
Yeah, that way we put it back on me because Ryan Reynolds and Steve Carell are not bad actors.
No. Like if people get us saying that, no, we're not saying that.
Not at all. I just want to clear the air there.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think it's just like I think the really, really good actors are the ones that are different. And I mean, you of course know who the actor is, but it's like he does this is totally different than his last thing he did.
Correct. So first off, starting off, political movies, I will say 90% of them draw me in straight away. Drop of a hat.
What ones do you like?
Well, I mean, I don't watch a ton. That's part of the problem, I think. Mm-hmm. But like this one, Swing Vote.
I don't think I've seen it.
I have the note. Swing Vote is what it's called. And it's basically, it's a presidential debate, and it literally comes down to 50% or 49.9% of people voted for Democrat, 49.9% of people voted Republican. There's one person in the whole wide world who has to split this vote.
Oh boy, that sounds
one person. And obviously it's completely unrealistic, but like that was really good. House of Cards, very political.
You should watch The Ides of March. It has Paul Giamatti, George Clooney, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Ryan Gosling. I mean, that's a star-studded cast.
Okay, just because you have a man crush on George Clooney right now.
Yeah, he's amazing. But seriously, Ides of March is so good. We're getting off topic of Irresistible. Maybe that has to go to like what our rankings are going to show. But if you like political movies, Ides of March is a great one.
Yeah, political movies draw me in. So this one drew me in pretty much straight away.
Okay.
I got drawn in because I thought it was funny. I thought there was a lot going on behind it.
Yeah.
I really liked that it showed like the fakeness of politicians.
Yes.
Right. That he's pretending to be all good and happy, but he's literally destroyed on the inside. Like he's so mad.
Mm-hmm.
Or like how small towns know your name right away, right? And B, like he was like, "Can I get a burger and a bud?" Right? And they go across the street to get a burger and a bud.
Yes.
Like that was hilarious.
And it turns out because they don't make burgers at that restaurant.
Because it's a German-owned restaurant.
Yes.
Like that was so funny. That he's like, "Can I get a burger and bud?" And they just did it. They don't ask questions. They just go do it.
See, the town freaked me out. That small town thing, it was so bizarre to me. Like really? it reminded me of like a horror movie, like how they all knew his name and like it was just freaking weird to me. It reminded me of like a Get Out kind of vibe.
Okay.
Like the town that from that movie. So I that kind of stuff, like it went well because that is how small towns are. But small towns freak me out.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not a small town type of dude.
I don't want to be no small town. I don't want you knowing anything about me. Anything. And besides what I put on my podcast, I don't want you knowing.
Fair.
So that was weird though. That blueberry muffin brownie thing that lady made looked incredible.
It looked so good.
I almost went out and bought a blueberry scone because that's what it reminded me of, like immediately just to finish watching the movie with it.
It looked so good, dude.
It looked incredible.
My mouth was watering when I was watching that. I was like, "Ooh, I could go for a snack right now."
Yes.
That was big ones. So spoiler alert. First off, not the brightest here. Just so we're clear, putting this Austin, not the brightest person.
Right.
I really thought the main actress was Emily Osment when I looked at this.
Thought she was like from Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Emily Osment.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know why.
The girl was like 6 foot tall. Emily Osment's like 4'3".
First off, I've never stood in correlation to Emily Osment. Maybe you have.
I haven't.
Figure out her height. But I really thought
the camera doesn't lie too much.
I really thought it was her this whole time. I was like, she's gonna come out and she's gonna become the main character.
Oh my gosh, no. Nope. You have not seen enough Hannah Montana to know that is not Emily Osment.
I have not seen enough Hannah Montana. That is very accurate. One of my favorite scenes, because I want to go into your favorite scenes real quick. One of my favorite scenes is where they were recording the side-by-side interview. So it was Rose and Steve Carell, right, doing the side-by-side interview. And when she said, "I'm from this town," right, from whatever town.
Yes.
And he stepped out of his camera view into her camera view.
Yes.
And was like, "What do you mean? Like, what do you say?" Like, I died. That he just stepped out of his.
I like that kind of stuff. My favorite scene is probably like along the same lines. How when it was like the news station was like covering it, and it's like a panel of 50 different people. Yeah. And they're like, "Okay, Tim, Billy, Jill, Cameron, you all go." And the 5 of them went at the same exact time, and the other people are just like nodding their heads like, yeah. Like, because that's how actually like the Fox News, CNN, all those are.
Yeah.
I think it's just like just people just talking, nobody listening. They're just talking, waiting for their moment, and people just talking over each other. So that was my favorite scene.
That was so funny when they like pull them all up like they're on a Zoom call.
Yeah. So like this movie, I didn't laugh at. I maybe had 2 laugh out loud moments.
Really? I literally wrote, "I'm literally laughing out loud at this movie several times, ...
No, I had like 2, I would say like decent sized laughs, but like I was expecting it to be funnier and better, I guess.
I mean, I guess with Steve Carell, you're always expecting it to be like top notch funny.
Yeah.
Like I think like Evan Almighty.
Yeah.
Right. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Exactly.
You know, and so I understand that. I had a good few laughs, but I would have enjoyed it being funnier.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's how I was.
But yeah, it was overall pretty funny. And I wonder if the Rose girl, if she was more of a comedy actress or had more, you know, they could have bantered a little more.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put it all on her because we don't know what the dynamic or what the producer or director or anything like that wanted. But the spoiler alert, right, of the 1-to-1 vote.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either.
I did not see a 1-to-1 vote and each of them just voting.
Yeah, I didn't see it being a excuse me, a like a ploy to get money.
Exactly.
I didn't see it to be a big joke about him not being a Republican.
Correct.
I didn't see that part coming.
I did not at all.
So that was a good plot twist.
Cheesed the system, like nobody's business. It was, and I wrote it's my type of movie for that, right?
Yeah.
Like, you were going one way, and then there was a hard U-turn that nobody saw coming and was great. And then so I wrote this down, and then you could see that I make a bunch of notes because I'm an idiot. But I liked when she was like, when Steve Carell was into the daughter and she's like, I'm 28. What did you think was going to happen?
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then it goes 6 months later, and then you see them together. And I wrote down like, oh, I'm so disappointed. And I didn't even finish the word disappointed, but I know what I was going to write because then it kicks over to the
next
basement.
cut scene.
What the freaking heck?
And then it goes to the third one.
And then it goes to the third one. My goodness. So I wrote that it was so funny. Like, I wrote jokes on me because I was like trying to comment on it, but they were one step ahead of me.
Yeah, I enjoyed the little breakdown of all the townspeople.
Yes.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I did like the breakdown of the townspeople as well.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, what did you think of Schmidt from New Girl in season 1? His like the girl, like his kind of girlfriend at all the weddings. She was in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, the girl who would like instead of doing the research of actual like the technology, she was like, I could read the people in the town kind of thing.
She was, now that you say that.
Yeah, she's from New Girl.
Yeah.
I was curious on if you picked that up or not.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not, but I mean, she was fine. She was
and then her rival in the show or the movie was from that 70s show.
I never saw that.
Okay.
I just know Ashton and Mila Kunis were on it.
Yeah. No, so he was like the other guy that was on it.
Oh, okay. I did like that that they sent all the whatever to the nuns. That was so funny.
Yes.
Why they're this way? They're nuns. That was so funny. And we lost the 9 nun votes. That's gonna matter. That's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, he was so mad when it turned out to be they were just using Steve Carell for money.
Oh, so mad. So mad. But I mean, I liked the premise of the movie, right? To an extent that the politics literally use towns for that exact reason.
Oh, 100%.
Like, they come in and they don't talk to you for 4 years, but on election year, you're their best friend.
Exactly.
And then, now a town does it, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Now, I had a question from this movie.
Okay. Uh-oh, now you got me nervous.
Where would be worse to stay? Deer Locking Inn or Shroot Farms?
Shroot Farms would be worse to stay at.
So Deer Locking Inn is above the German bar. That's where he stayed. Or Shroot Farms. You say Shroot Farms would be worse.
Shroot Farms would be worse. Because here's the thing. While you don't lock the doors in Deer Locking Inn, nobody would bug you. Okay?
But they were bugging him. Somebody, the guy running for mayor was in his room that one morning without him knowing.
Yeah, but that's fine. You went to his house already. But what's Dwight's brother name?
Mose. It's not his brother, it's his cousin.
Yeah, cousin. Mose would literally like be in your room daily. Mose freaks me out.
The deer locking guy, when you pick up the phone, is like, everything okay?
That was so funny. And then like puts it up, like weird. Yeah, everything okay? And he like puts it back down. That was so funny.
Yeah, I mean, and everybody knew where he was staying. I mean, it was, but I just thought that was interesting. I was like, both those places would be bad.
Where would you rather stay?
I'd rather stay at Shroot Farms because Dwight would read me Harry Potter.
I mean, that's true. He would read you Harry Potter going to bed.
I go to bed reading Harry Potter, but then again, I have to deal with the outhouse.
That is true.
Rose using that outhouse,
and we couldn't imagine where that's going with it.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was a good question there, Christopher.
Thank you.
That was really good. I didn't even think about anything like that, but that is a top-notch question.
Yeah, as soon as he stayed there, I was like, and then like the guy downstairs reminded me of like the Moe's. Yeah. So I was like, this is like, I know that was my first thought on that is where would be worse? Like Deer Locking would be more comfortable, because it's a nice bed. It's like not a bad room. It's just you have no Wi-Fi and stuff.
Yeah, no Wi-Fi,
and everybody knows where you're at.
They can hear everything you're saying downstairs.
Yes,
that was so funny.
They're just all listening to it.
Yeah, what was it? Loser has to give an hour of whatever. They were like listening to it, and that was so funny.
And like their faces were like, "What the?"
Yeah, they're like,
what was the old lady's name? Dot. She was everywhere.
Everywhere that he was doing something. I felt so bad for that lady.
I know. Every time, like, get out of here, Dot.
Yeah. Every time he did something dumb, but that was so funny. Because yeah, Dot was always there, and she was like, "Oh," every time. Oh.
Yes.
Now that was. I mean, I feel like mine's gonna be higher than yours.
I think so. I think you liked it more than me.
I have great movie taste, and you're mediocre.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying 27. Go ahead.
Mine, I gave it a solid 39.
Wow, that hurts.
Because I mean, like I said, like for an hour and 45-minute movie, I laughed twice.
I disagree with you.
And the other ones, I just have like it, I don't know if it was I felt it could have been funnier. The plot twist at the end was good, but I wasn't like invested in the whole movie.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like, I think there was points where I just kind of like got bored watching it.
Oh, I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Really?
I paused it at one point and I literally like itched to go back to it. I was very invested.
So if I had to guess, you're like 80s.
I am not in the 80s.
Oh, thank goodness. Don't you dare say 90s. Austin, if you go in the 90s, I'm going to lose my mind.
I am at a 74.
Okay.
I'm at a 74. It's a good movie. It's a movie I would watch again. Truthfully.
I don't think I'd go back to it.
Like, it wouldn't be like a top 5 movie that I'm going to pick out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh my gosh, I need to watch it again. Like for me, 21, The Greatest Showman, like things like that. But if it was on, I would watch it. B, if like I didn't really want to watch any of like my top 5 movies, but I wanted to watch a movie that made me happy, I could watch this.
Okay.
You know, because it would be something that's like, oh, it's lighthearted. It's not serious. It has, some jokes. I can do it while like cleaning the floors or, vacuuming, and I'm not going to worry about what
like background noise. You can jump in at any point and remember what's going on.
Correct.
And if you miss like 4 or 5 minutes, you're not going to freak out about it.
Exactly. Yeah. So it definitely has a good feel to it.
Yeah.
It's just, 74. I didn't want to go much higher than that. Because it's not that great of a movie.
Would you recommend it to someone?
If someone asked me for like not a rom-com, but a type of comedy, yes. So if somebody asked me very specifically for like, hey, looking for a clean comedy, right? That's not super drug related or anything like that, I would recommend it.
Okay.
But if someone, because it's not really a rom-com because there's no love.
There's really no romance.
Yeah. So, but if somebody wanted a comedy, I'd recommend it.
Okay.
I mean, it would be behind, like Grown Ups, but Grown Ups kind of has the, more grotesque side behind it.
I think this movie had some pretty raunchy stuff, and like it had probably less raunchy stuff than a lot of movies, but it went like the raunchy parts were like they went in depth on it.
It was a little longer than some of the other ones that just kind of gloss over.
Right. It was like it's like most movies will have like 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 maybe moments, whereas this one had 3 like moments where it was like 45 seconds of that scene.
True.
I mean, not like it was not actual like action stuff, but it was like what they were saying.
Yeah, what they were saying was
just like, okay, like that whole scene we kind of referred to, that was a longer scene because he went on for a while.
Exactly. So it was giving you the impression of you knew exactly what you were going to do. But
right.
Yeah, overall, good movie. In the decent category, I definitely accepted of it. And like I said, I would probably watch it again if it came down to it. Don't know what that would look like, but at some point, there's a good chance I'd watch it again.
Okay.
So next week we have our big week.
Yes.
We finally have the big one coming out. So we have regular Justice League, and then the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, both on HBO Max.
Yes.
What? Thanks for being easy for us.
Mm-hmm.
The regular Justice League is like a little
2
over 2 hours, like 2 hours and 8 minutes or something,
Right.
And then I haven't even looked at the Snyder one. I think it's like 4+ hours.
4 hours. It is a 4-hour movie, but supposedly you will not regret it.
I'll be the judge of that after 4 long hours.
Yes. And so when you watch these, like, just see in your mind what the differences are, and we'll kind of explain why there's 2 versions of the exact same movie.
Yeah.
We'll explain that next week, and then also pick which one you like more, because it is basically the same movie.
Yeah.
So see which one you like more. And I mean, like, right now, so far from like reviews and critics and stuff like that, there's a clear favorite.
Fair.
But I'm curious to see what you think, the listeners think. So you guys leave comments, DM us once you start watching it.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think we're going to talk, about the storyline. At least what I have in mind, right, is some of the gaps and I've never seen either of these. I want to be very clear. I've never seen either of them ever. But like in the first one, there's already a bunch of gaps that I have a lot of questions about.
Yeah.
So the second one may be able to answer some of those questions, and so that's kind of what I'm hoping for, and that it'll talk about. It'll probably be, to be fair to our listeners, a little bit longer than 30 minutes like our normal Thursday podcasts
Definitely.
are. I don't know how much longer, but with how much there is to cover in 2 movies,
we'll keep it under an hour for sure.
A nice little chunk. Hour is going to be the longest.
Yeah, because I mean that's at that point then we're just a freaking superhero movie podcast,
which I wouldn't be opposed to either.
Me either. Marvel, if you pay us, we will give you. I mean, I'm going to give you good reviews no matter what, but I'll give you even better reviews
if you pay us.
You get a little of that Disney money.
Amen.
Share some of the Disney money.
Share it all, man. I tell you what.
But as you guys know, this is the end of the podcast. We love you guys, and we look forward to seeing you next Thursday.